Did you know that I make vegan and cruelty-free hair and skincare products? They're literally all handmade and they're made with love. Yeah, I do. My business is called Ethereal by Lovatia, and I've been in business for 3 whole years, and I'm so excited about it. I just released some new handmade products and would love for you to check them out. So head to lovatia.com and enjoy the show. Hey beautiful souls, it's your girl Lovatia, and today is all about how to have a conversation with your partner when it comes to them not being so satisfactory in the helping you orgasm department. Okay, so this TikTok question reads, I need advice, though. How do I tell them without making them feel bad and not wanting to ever do me again? So one thing that I hope that my presence on this earth can really help young women with, and young men as well, but I just feel like we really struggle with it as women, because I'm a woman, so I can only speak from my experience, and also anyone who doesn't identify with either, or who identifies with both, is I don't want to be intimate with somebody that I don't feel like I can talk to. By the way, before I continue, my earrings are from ImaniJewelry.com. You can use the code LOVATIA to get some money off of your purchase. And my corset and all lingerie that you see on my channel is from Adore Me. And you can use the link below and purchase some amazing lingerie. Really, like you can get like buy 3, get 1 free. It's like some crazy deals that they're having. So yes, 1000% recommend AdoreMe.com. All right, with all that being said, I think that the best way to think about sex is it should be something that is for you and your partner. I think that specifically in heterosexual relationships, we make it so much about the goal, about coming, about orgasming, and sometimes we even make it a competition. And then we don't ask ourselves a lot of questions. Like one of the questions would be like, why would I be with a partner who doesn't even care to inquire how my experience was with them? You know, I think that's like the first question to ask. But if you don't feel like asking yourself that question, I think the best way to be able to talk to your partner if they're not able to bring you to a climax is one, asking them questions and maybe even making it be a game. So when I say asking them questions, maybe the question can be, what really turned you on? And like make it about them for a second. So what really turned you on? And then that makes them think like, okay, I like this, that, and third. You might even learn something new from them. And then if they are the right partner, they will ask you what turned you on. And then that healthy dialogue is happening, and then you get to tell them exactly what you love. Now, if they do not do the things that turn you on, you have to take a pause and reevaluate and ask yourself, do I want to be with this partner if they literally know what I need and are not giving it to me because they don't care? Or do they just not know how? Because then you can make it be a fun game. Speaking of games, I used to play a game with my ex where we literally do this thing from 1 to 10, and I would rate how certain things felt because I shared my virginity with him. So I was really still getting to know what I liked and what gave me pleasure when it came to dealing with a partner. So he'd finger me at a certain spot and say, okay, what does this feel like? And I'd be like, a 7. And then he'd hit a spot and I'm like, oh, that's a 10. We're gonna stay right there. And then he'd stay there and do the thing. So I think that little games like that could definitely help. Like, let's play the turn on game. Let's see how turned on I can get by certain things. So say that he'd finger me and he'd hit a spot and I'd be like, this is like a 7. And then he'd hit another spot and I'm like, oh, that is a 10. That is a 10. And then he'd know to keep doing that thing that's making it a 10. That way your partner can see exactly what we enjoy. And one thing I will say is that men are not good with nonverbal cues, right? So if somebody's like fingering you, if your partner's fingering you, and then you're like, that's not giving him anything. He's not gonna know the amount of pleasure that you feel or wanna feel unless you're like, oh yeah, keep doing that. Can you switch it up a little bit, baby? Or, oh, I really like it if you do this. Like, there are ways that you can make it sound sexy, and my therapist taught me this. But we have to stop with the nonverbal cues because men are not good at taking hints. They're just not, and it's not fair for us to not be able to vocalize what we want because we just want them to assume, but then we ask them not to assume. So we have to stop that. We really do. But we can practice that and give ourselves grace. But let's just make that be a thing. Let's make verbal communication and verbal consent be a thing. So that way, if you play the numbers game with your partner, or more so the rating game, he will be able to kind of get an ego boost, because, you know, a guy wants a challenge. So he wants to know, like, all right, well, she was really feeling good in this spot. Let me try this spot. Okay, she said this is a 10, so I'm going to keep doing this. And then, once again, like, if he doesn't keep doing it, as you're saying, keep doing it, you know that your pleasure is not the number one thing on his mind, and that is something that you have to reevaluate. I think that we don't put enough emphasis on how much it's okay for us to change our minds. Like, if our partner is not partnering, it's okay to think, like, okay, yes, I had sex with this person 3 times. We get so stuck on bodies and body count. Like, it's okay to, like, leave that situation if that is not a sexual situation that is pleasurable for you. Unless you're a pleaser and you just really get off on pleasing somebody else and being totally disappointed afterwards with your own pleasure, then go for it. But that's not for me, and I don't want that for you, unless that's your thing. But then, like, ask yourself, why is that your thing? And I say that to say, like, that's like me and oral sex, right? Because I used to just struggle with BV, I'm very honest about that. I was very self-conscious about, like, my sexual journey, like, especially when it came to oral. So I loved giving men oral because, 1, it made me feel like I was in control. 2, I actually knew that I was very fucking amazing at it. And 3, I just liked, because I was gonna say I really like pleasuring my partner, but that wasn't really it. I used it under the guise of that, but that's not really how I felt, because I didn't really have a partner that I felt like I really wanted to pleasure all that much. It's really sad, which is why I'm celibate right now, because I don't want to be with people that I don't really care about and don't really care about their pleasure. I don't want my ego to be in it. I want my spirit to be in it. So ask yourself, like, why do you care more about pleasuring than being pleasured? It's not a bad thing, but I just would like you to question if it's coming from a healthy place or if it's coming from a place of uncomfortability that you just don't want to confront right now. I want to do so many different parts to this, but I feel like I really can get you started with the game and with asking questions. I think that those are 2 really simple ways to get started, because I don't want to overwhelm you with information. So 2 ways that you can express to your partner that you are not climaxing. Oh, a 3rd one is just straight up saying it. Like, I have literally told people, I did not come, because I don't want you to think that what you're doing is fucking shit up in a good way. You're not. You're fucking shit up in a bad way, because I'm not orgasming. Not only that, but this just isn't an orgasmic experience for me throughout the whole thing. So being honest, like, that's my 3rd tip. Like, literally be honest. And you can say it with sugar, you can say it with grace, you can say it how you'd want your partner to tell you if you felt like there was something that maybe, or if they felt like there was something that you needed to kind of improve in or grow through sexually. You'd want it to be said to you a certain kind of way. So be sure to speak to your partner like they're human. But yeah, those are my 3 different ways. Be honest, straight up, and let them know you are not climaxing. But here are some ways that you think that you can really enhance the climax or achieve a climax. Do a questions game and ask them what turns them on, and just have a straight up conversation about that, and really just learn some new things about each other and have that healthy dialogue. And 3, play the rating game, which is you literally make it a game. Your partner goes around your body, tries different things, and you rate exactly how they feel. Okay? I love you so much. Please give yourself a hug for me. Don't forget to go on lovatia.com, which is my website, and buy some vegan and cruelty-free hair and skincare. Yes. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to animals. Subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and listen to my podcast, The Lovatia Experience. I love you so much. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in sex toys, use the code Lovatia at Shop Sador and get 15% off. This is my Snail Vibe case. Go watch my Snail Vibe review. You won't regret it. Love you. Mwah.